this video, we'll discuss the creation or construction of a 7-circuit classical labyrinth, which I'm going to use the software Geometer Sketchpad, which I will include in the links in this video. So first step, construct a square. So if you click the segment tool, click a point, and then hold the shift key, you make it approximately perfect horizontal line. So that's your first step, make that horizontal line. I'm gonna move it a little bit towards the center because a classical labyrinth is a very large construction. Next thing I want to do is create 2 perpendicular lines. So I click the segment and I click the points and click in the construct, and I want to construct perpendicular lines for those points. The next step, click the circle tool because we want every side of a square to have the same size. So we're going to create a circle, click at one point and drag it towards one end of the square. Click at the point and drag it to the other end of the square. And we're going to find our points of intersection. 1, 2. And now that we have our points of intersection, we can click by clicking on the perpendicular lines, the circle. Be careful not to click the points. And just hitting Control H, that hides everything. Now all we have to do is just make our segment. So we just click on the points, construct a segment, click the points, construct a segment, click the points, and construct a segment. The next step is we want to find the midpoints of each side of the square because the method that we use to construct a classical labyrinth is called the cross and seize method. So after you click on all sides of the square, you can hit construct and midpoints, and now you have the midpoints of the square. You're going to connect them with segments. Construct it with a segment. And now we just want to find the midpoints of each of these segments. So let's just hide all the sides of the square because those are no longer important in our construction. Control H, we hit them all. So now we're just going to make new segments. So you can either use the construct menu or use the construct segment tool on the side. And that's the method I'm going to use, this tool this time. And just connect them. We're almost done creating our cross. So now we want to find the midpoint of each of these segments. So you can do them one by one, or you can just click them all at once. That's probably the easiest thing to do, just click them all at once. Construct the midpoints, and there we have it. We have the start of our cross. The next step is we want to connect so we can actually make an actual cross. So we're going to connect each of these midpoints that we just constructed with a segment. So it looks like a cross hatch, kind of. And then we want the intersections. The next thing we want to do is we want to hide all these segments that we create it on the outside of the square. Control H. We're going to hide all these segments on the inside of the square, all of them except for the actual center of the cross. With Control H. And we want to actually connect the outermost, except for near the corner. So this, we want to connect these points right here that I'm connecting. And we have the cross section of the labyrinth. The next step in the labyrinth is there's always a semicircle that goes either to the left, to the right, or to the left of the center on the top end. So we're going to do this one on the right. So what we want to do is, the construction will be very similar in Geometer Sketchpad, by the way, is we want to construct a segment there, and we want to find that segment's midpoint so we can easily construct a circle. Now we just want to hide that segment. Now what we want to do is we want to construct a circle. And we're going to use arc through 3 points. Yep. Let's fix that. If you ever make a mistake in your construction, you can always click the edit and undo, just like I did. So construct, click these 2 points. We're going to construct circle by center and point. And I can click any point on the circle now. We want that circle to stay. So now we're going to hide the actual circle with Control H. And we're going to click these 3 points. We're going to construct a circle, arc through 3 points. And there's the center of our labyrinth. We don't need this point anymore. So we're going to hide it. For clean construction, you want to hide as many points as you can. And now what we want to do is we want to extend these with a line. So we'll grab our line tool. We'll grab our line tool. Grab the line tool and grab our line tool. So the next thing I want to do is I want to construct another circle by center and point using that circle tool. We're going to use a similar method. We're going to hide this circle. And we'll construct an arc through 3 points. By clicking left to right. So we have our center, we have our first circuit. Now we're going to construct our second circuit. And if you ever get to a point where it feels like it's too big, you can always shrink it down to size by clicking on the bottom corner. Because a labyrinth is a very, very, very large construction. So just add a point anywhere in the circle. Control H. Oops, I took my point 2, undo it. Control H. And we have a problem. We don't have a point to connect it to. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to grab our circle tool and create one. So connect from the corner to like so. Make our intersection point. And now just hide the circle. Now we can construct the start of circuit 2. And construct an arc through 3 points. And here's the start of our circuit 2. We're going to continue this process that could create circuits for circuits 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So before we go any farther, we're going to just make sure we can create those circuits. So let's add on the left side first. Sorry, the right side. Can't tell my difference between left and right. So first, we're going to add in a spot for circuit 3. So here's our start for circuit 3. We want to find our intersection point. Hide those circles. And now we're going to construct a circle from the center of the labyrinth to the start of circuit, the point at the start of circuit 3. And we're going to add a point at the top. We'll hide everything except for that point. And now we're actually constructing circuit 3 from left to right. Click from left to right, those 3 points. And then we're going to make an arc through 3 points. So we have the center, circuit 1, circuit 2, and circuit 3. Now we need to construct circuit 4. Start the end of circuit 3 and draw. Or construct. Start the end of circuit 3 and construct. Find the intersection on the lines and hide those circles because they are no longer needed. We'll move it down a little bit because we're getting rather large here. So now we're going to start the center of the labyrinth and construct a circle to either end of the circuit 4. We'll add a point at the top of the circle, and we're going to hide the circle. But make sure you don't hide that point you just constructed. Okay, click from left to right, and we're going to construct a arc through 3 points. We're going to start circuit 5. Start the end of circuit 4. Connect to the end of circuit 3. Start at circle 4 and start at circuit 3. And we're going to find our intersection points. Hide those circles. Construct a circle. Add a point at the top. And then just hide this circle. Hide the circle. And then from left to right, click. And then construct an arc through 3 points. So now we have circuit the center, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have 2 more to do like this for the top part. Start the end of circuit 5, connect to circuit 4, construct the intersection. Start at circuit 5, go to circuit 4. Use the pointer tool, find the intersection. Click on the circles, be careful not to grab the points and hide them. And then we're going to construct a circle from the center to the start of circuit 6. And we're going to add a point at the top. can already see by the size of this thing, it's going to be a very, very large construction. So click from left to right, construct an arc through 3 points, and we have circuits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time, we have our the start of our 7th circle. So now we're going to start at 6, go to 5, start at 6, go to 5, and find the intersection on that line. Hide the circles. Construct a circle from the center to the end. And we'll add a point at the top of the circle and just hide that circle. And click from left to right. And there's the top of your labyrinth. The only thing we're going to do is we're going to hide this line on the top. Control H, and we have the top of our labyrinth now. Now I'm going to construct the right side of the labyrinth. So to construct that, we're going to start by clicking at this point and connecting it. So start at the top of the square and connect it to the next point. We'll add a point on that circle. Hide the old circle. And just click from right to left. And construct an arc through 3 points. And there's your first section. So essentially what we want to do is we connect each of these sections, each of these pieces to the right side. So now we're going to go from this point, we're going to connect this point to that one. Connect these 2 points. So top corner to the next section, we'll add a segment, or sorry, point. Hide the circle. And from right to left, click. 1, 2, 3. Construct arc through 3 points. Start at the top of the square from the upper right corner. Construct a circle to the next segment or next point. Click. Add a point to that circle. And then hide it. Using Control H, and then click 1, 2, 3. And construct an arc through 3 points. Follow the same procedure. Click. Add a point between the 2 points. And then hide it. And then click 1, 2, 3. Now we're at the bottom of the square. There's no more points to work with, so we're going to have to follow a procedure similar to what we did on the top to get the rest of the points. And we are getting a little bit large, so we need to shrink our construction down just a little bit more. We're going to start at the upper right corner of the square, connect to the 6th segment, and this time we have to add a couple points. We have to add 1 for the intersection here at the bottom, and then we need to add 1 in between the point we just constructed and this point right here. So we'll hide the circle now. Control H and click. 1, 2, 3, and construct an arc through 3 points. One more time. Upper right corner. Last circuit. Add a point for the intersection of the bottom by just using the pointer tool. Notice if you click, it just adds it automatically. And then just add a point on between the bottom corner and the last circuit. Hide the circle. Control H. Oops. Control H, and then click right to left. 2, 3, and construct an arc through 3 points. And you see how this labyrinth is starting to come together. Now we're going to construct the left side of our labyrinth. So we'll start at the upper left corner, connect to the next circuit. We'll add a point using the point tool. Hide the circle. Control H, be careful not to grab that point, and then click 1, 2, 3 from left to right. And then arc through 3 points. Upper right corner to the next circuit. Add a point. Hide that circle. And click 1, 2, 3. Upper right corner of the square. Connect to the next circuit. Add a point. Hide the circle. Then click 1, 2, 3. And construct an arc through 3 points. Upper left corner of the square. Go to the next circuit. Add a point between that point and the bottom right corner, left corner of the square. Hide the circle. Then click 1, 2, 3, and construct an arc through 3 points. Last one for the left side. Upper left corner of the circle, square. Go to the last circuit. And this time, take note, we don't have a point to connect it to, so we have to find our point of intersection using our pointer tool. So we need this lower corner. And we need to add a point in between this lower corner here and this point here. So we'll add it anywhere in the middle. Click off to the, and then Control H, and then click 1, 2, 3, going from left to right. And construct an arc through 3 points. Now we'll construct the lower right section of the labyrinth. So we'll click on the lower right corner of the square. Go to the next point. And then we're going to add a point. Hide the circle. And then click from right to left. 1, 2, 3. And arc through 3 points. One more time. Grab the circle. Lower right corner of the square. Go to the middle of the square and click. Add a point in between this point and this point. And then hide the circle. Control H. Then go click from right to left. 1, 2, 3. And construct arc through 3 points. Then we're also going to do the bottom section of the square. in the bottom left. So we don't need to add a point here, but we do need to work this one out. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to click from the bottom corner to this. From this one to this one. So the bottom corner of the square to the bottom point. We'll add a point on that. Or add a point in between the bottom corner and the bottom, this point right here. Hide the circle. Control H. Click from left to right. 1, 2, 3. Construct arc through 3 points. And all we have to do is take our lines away, and we have a labyrinth. Don't take the arc away though. And then just hide that last segment. Control H. Now if we choose to, we can construct an interior of this. So we'll, if you click on any arc, you can construct arc interior, and we'll just say arc sector, and we'll just make this one blue. Construct arc interior, arc sector, construct arc interior. Oops. We'll do the square in a different shape, color, quadrilateral interior. We'll click the top section, click the top, and we'll construct an arc interior. Click this one, construct arc interior. And then click this one, construct arc interior. And if you want to, you can clean up your extra points just by clicking them. Careful not to click the, there's a lot of points to clean up. I personally like a clean construction. I clean up a few and then delete them because there is so many to clean up. And you do take a risk of grabbing other points or other sections you don't want to delete. Just keep clicking and then hide them. Control H. Missed one there. Click these. We almost have a clean construction of a labyrinth. A few more to clear up. Control H, and we have a clean construction. A trick about Geometer Sketchpad. You can change the colors. By clicking on it, color. If we want to, I could change that to yellow. You can do that trick for any section you want. We'll just change a few other colors. Right, you have to right click, and then you can change the color. We'll change this one to green, a dark green. And I hope that helps you be able to construct a labyrinth using Geometer Sketchpad. Thank you. Click like and subscribe to my channel. Using the ideas from this video, my challenge for you is to construct other labyrinths such as a 3-circuit labyrinth, an 11-circuit labyrinth, a 15-circuit labyrinth, a 19-circuit labyrinth, or 23-circuit labyrinth. Take the time to explore and see what patterns you notice.